Hi students, in the previous video we discussed about the various steps in metallurgy. So now we are going to deal with different techniques used in metallurgy. So in this video I am discussing the steps or the techniques in concentration. So keep watching. Concentration techniques. We know concentration is the removal of earthly impurities from the ore. Now it is also known as dressing of the ore or ore dressing. So these are various terms used for removal of earthly impurities from the ore. The first technique involved is the hydrolytic process. Hydrolytic process, as the name goes, you can see water is used. You can find that here you have a hopper. A hopper is a funnel-like thing through which the powdered ore is dropped in. The powdered ore is falling down, and from this side you can find water is being pumped in. The water is washing away the ore powdered, and it is going through various steps on a slope. Steps are there, a platform with wedges. Okay, so that is step. The heavy ore particles are heavy, they have high density, so they stay on the steps, whereas the earthly impurities which are lighter are washed away by water. So this way we can remove earthly impurities. This is called the hydrolytic method. Now let's see the next, the details of hydrolytic process. What is done? Water poured, as I have already said, water is poured over the ore over a sloping, the vibrating, the corrugated table with grooves. Okay, so anyway, you don't need so much detail, just understand it, because no question will be asked to describe this, but this is for understanding. A jet of water is allowed to flow over the surface. The denser ore particles, denser means they have high density, settle in the grooves, and impurities are washed away by water because they are lighter. The ores of metals with high density, this is not suitable for all ores. If the ores have high density, then this method can be used for it. Okay, hope you have followed it. Second method is the magnetic separation, or you may call it electromagnetic process. Electromagnetic process. So electromagnet is used, as the name goes. Now it is suitable for concentrating magnetic ores, ores which are attracted by magnet, like Fe2O3 hematite. These can be concentrated by this method. What is done? The powdered ore is dropped from a hopper, as we have seen in the previous case, over a running belt between two wheels. The wheel at the end is magnetized. Magnetic ores fall near the wheel, whereas non-magnetic particles are thrown at a distance. Now I'll show you the diagram, you will understand it here. So you see here the hopper is here. Now here the hopper, what is done here, the powdered ore is dropped through it, it is coming here. Here is a belt running over two wheels, it is running this way. Okay, so both the wheels, there is a belt running. The powdered ore is falling on the belt and coming through the belt here. Now this wheel is magnetized, the roller is magnetized. So what happened? Because it is coming at high speed, the inertia is trying to throw it away, but the magnet will attract the magnetic particles, so it will fall this side near the wheel, whereas the non-magnetic impurities are thrown away. It goes far away, so it is collected separately. So very easy way of separating. So this will have the ore, the magnetic ore, and this will have the non-magnetic impurities. Okay, I hope you understood it. So you will not be asked to draw the diagram and explain and all, but you should understand how it happens. Okay, now let's go to the third technique, which is called froth flotation. Froth flotation, what is done here? You see this diagram. I'll come back to the diagram afterwards. Let us first describe it. Suitable for sulfide ores, ores which are sulfide, example iron pyrite, which is FeS2. Okay, and then we have sulfide ores have the tendency to adhere to oil. So this is the principle used here. Sulfide ores are attracted by oil. Water is taken in a large container. Pine or eucalyptus oil is added to it. Pine oil or eucalyptus oil. Why the oil is added? To produce a froth. Okay. Now powdered ore is dropped from a hopper. Air is pumped into the water. What is done? First we take water in a large container. Then pine or eucalyptus oil is added. After that we put the powdered ore, and then we are pumping air into it. What will happen? The particles get stirred up and froth is formed. Oil plus water plus air will form froth. Okay, and then the ore particles, as they are sulfide ores, they have tendency to adhere to oil, so they get stick to the oil or the froth. the matrix, that is earthly impurities, settle at the bottom when the pump is stopped. Sedimentation happens, it will stop. The froth is removed by a mechanical separator and dried in the sun. It is gone. Now let's come back to the diagram. Here what we have, here a large container, and what is there? Water is taken in it, and then what we added? We have added pine or eucalyptus oil. Then compressed air is pumped here. The powdered ore also is put here. What happens? It will produce froth. Now here you can find the froth always floats over the surface of water. Ore particles, being sulfide ores, they stick to the froth, they stay on the top. Okay, and then when the pump is stopped, what happens? Sedimentation happens, all the earthly impurities settle at the bottom. So what you can do now, collect the froth separately. A mechanical separator can remove it, put on the sun. The sunlight will evaporate the froth, only the ore particles are left behind. So these are the three techniques of concentration of ore. First technique is hydrolytic method, second one is electromagnetic process or magnetic separation, and third one is a froth flotation. The first one, hydrolytic method, is for ores which have high density. Second one, electromagnetic process, is for ores which are attracted by magnets, and third one is for sulfide ores, that is froth flotation. So children, I hope you understood the three different techniques of concentration of ores. So if you have questions, you can write in the comment section. Otherwise, you can subscribe and like the channel. Thank you.